Hey everyone, this is Mitchell here on my YouTube channel. It's great to see you guys again. I can't really talk about the Bucks last night just because I'm very devastated on the result, but we are moving on to NFL football. It is one day it is one day away until we get the first NFL game since the Super Bowl. Since Super Bowl 53, this is our first matchup. So the Kansas City Chiefs, the defending Super Bowl champions, will be playing the Houston Texans against Deshaun Watson and company. The Texans were up by 2.5 touchdowns in the playoff divisional against the Chiefs till they ended up coming back and winning the game. They scored many unanswered points to win that one, and this is a rematch of that AFC divisional game from the 2019 playoffs. And I think it's going to be. I think Kansas City will win it. I think they'll win it. I think they'll win it by 4 or 5, somewhere in that neighborhood. Can't I think Houston will. I think Houston will cut it down to the last possession until Kansas City may force a turnover. We'll see how their defense is, but I think offensively they're going to be one of the best teams in the NFL, and they're going to do it. And they said there's going to be up to 16,000 fans at the game because that's what they're gonna allow in order for fans to have a chance to get to Arrowhead Stadium. I think it'll just be season ticket holders that get into the game, but regardless, hope the fans that go to the game have a wonderful time and really cherish the moments and celebrate their Super Bowl winning team. So then the next game on Sunday is my Green Bay Packers, woohoo, against the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings are favored by 2.5. I think the Vikings are gonna win just because they're very tough at home. There might not be no fans there, but I think it's honestly gonna be a really tough game. The Packers have honestly struggled at U.S. Bank Stadium, and they've only won one game out of 3 years, and this stadium's only been established for 3 years. And the first game there was in 2016, and they nearly lost. And that's really when it started to go downhill. But last year we got the win. I don't think so this year because the Vikings are, yeah, with their defense and with Delvin Cook and then Kirk Cousins, I think is very tough when they do play at the bank. I think they're gonna win 23-20. I think the Packers will keep it a game till the end. They'll have a couple of field goals around the end, but I don't think they're. I just don't think. I'm just not feeling that they're gonna win. So I have Packers going 0-1. Have Seattle and Atlanta. I think I'll take Seattle. Atlanta would definitely be an upset there. Seattle's favored by 2, so I'll take Russell Wilson and company to beat the Falcons. That's gonna be a very good matchup though to watch. Cleveland and Baltimore. I'll take Baltimore in that one, and they're favored by 8, and I'll take them to also win the spread on that one too. New York and Buffalo, the New York Jets. I think Buffalo will win it just because Josh Allen's there, but this is definitely a battle of two quarterbacks that have really rose up to their potential the last few years. I just really like what Josh Allen. I really like what Josh Allen is doing, and then that Buffalo game in the wild card last year against the Texans, that was a really crazy ending. So I think Buffalo will do it, and the Jets with Sam Darnold, I don't think they'll have enough offensively to win the game, especially that they don't have a very good running game. So that's why I'll take them. Oakland and Carolina, that game's on CBS at noon. Vegas is actually favored by 3. It's the Las Vegas Raiders for the first time ever. I think Cam Newton. Not Cam Newton, but I think the Raiders are gonna. I think the Raiders are definitely going to be ready for this game. Ron Rivera was fired from the Carolina Panthers last year, and I don't think they're going to have enough to beat Las Vegas. And still not used to saying that they're from Vegas, that they're at Vegas now, but they are. So I'll take them, but that's going to be a good game too, and we'll have to see what the Panthers do without Cam Newton for the first time. Got Chicago against Detroit. The Lions are actually favored by 3, which is very surprising. But Mitch Trubisky got actually named the Bears starter yesterday. I saw on Twitter. So I think us as Packer fans get a big advantage on that one there because Nick Foles was definitely suited to be their starter throughout the entire year. So, but I do think the Bears are going to win just because the Lions may not have enough right away. I think they're going to have a 500 season, Detroit will, but I don't think right away they're going to get it going, especially with the acquisition of Adrian Peterson. I think they'll make more noise, but I'll take Chicago in this one. Indianapolis and Jacksonville. I'll take Indianapolis because Jacksonville I think is going to have a very long year this year. I think they're probably going to be the last in the league and kind of waiting for the Trevor Lawrence first round pick next year if he goes number 1. I'll definitely take Indianapolis there, and this is Philip Rivers' first year there. I think they're going to be absolutely very tough. That game might be interesting, but I think absolutely it's going to be Indianapolis. New England and Miami, as mentioned, Cam Newton is for the Patriots for the very first year. This is the first year since 2001 that Brady is not going to be playing in New England, and that's unbelievable. And it's just going to be very different to watch. And I think Newton, since he's kind of going to gain the offense like they used to have, I think they are going to beat Miami, but it's going to be very close. So I think they'll win. I think they'll win by 4, like 34-30, because I think the Dolphins might actually make a little noise this year. So that one's going to be an interesting one. The Philadelphia Eagles are next against the Washington football team. Yes, they are no longer the Redskins, so the Washington football team. If Carson Wentz stays healthy and the Eagles keep doing what they're doing, I think they're going to be a legitimate team, and I'll have them win this. I'll have them win this game by 4 or 5. So they'll just miss the spread by a little bit, but they'll win this one. We got the Los Angeles Chargers and Cincinnati Bengals. I'll take the Chargers here by 5 or 6. I think the Bengals will do a little bit better this year with Joe Burrow. I think that's going to be very interesting to watch him. I'm looking forward to watching him play in the NFL. But I think LA will pull it out this time just because it's week 1. It'll look very different for the teams to play this week 1 without preseason, without normal training camp and the fans and everything else that's usually involved. Next, we got Tom Brady's debut with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against New Orleans and against the New Orleans Saints. That's definitely America's game of the week on Fox, and that's definitely hard to predict. But I see New Orleans being really tough at home. Brady and Rob Gronkowski, I think, are going to be a very good duo all year round for Tampa Bay. But I just really like what Breeze does at home and just the offensive power that they really do show when they're at home. So I'll take New Orleans to win that one there. The Arizona Cardinals and San Francisco 49ers. I'm actually going with an upset here because Kyler Murray really showed that he was a rookie sensation last year. And I think San Francisco is going to be a little down this year, and Jimmy G can either have a really good game or he really can go south, and we really know when he can go south, and we're hoping as Packer fans that they really can, so that we don't have to face them in the playoffs, whether it's at home or on the road again, because last year was obviously a big blowout in the NFC Championship. But anyways, back to this. Now we're at the Sunday night game. This is going to be a very legitimate matchup from a few playoff years ago. The Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Rams. It's Mike McCarthy, a former Packers coach of 13 seasons. It's his first game coaching with the Cowboys. Best of luck there, and glad we have a good change in Green Bay. But I wish you the best of luck there because I think it's going to be a great fit for him to begin there. I think that Dallas is actually going to win because the Rams did not make the playoffs last year while the Cowboys were close, and I think they're going to be one of the top teams in the NFC. I think they're going to be at least top 10 because they do have Prescott, they do have Elliott, they do have a really good receiving squad again, and I think that's legitimately going to be very tough. They're not just going to be NFC East the contenders, but they're going to be around the entire NFC because of that. So, in a very tough game in the new Rams Stadium because it is the opening of their new stadium after being in the Memorial Coliseum since the 1960s. I'll take Dallas in this one, but I'm very much looking forward to watching that one for the Sunday Night Football opener. And then Monday night, this is definitely a special edition because we have 2 great games. It's the annual Week 1 doubleheader for the Monday night games. The Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Giants are game 1. Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit, they will call their first ever NFL game together that night, and that's going to definitely be a treat to watch. Daniel Jones versus Ben Roethlisberger. The fact that Ben Roethlisberger is still playing this year after sitting out a lot of last season. I think he's gonna be ready to go more this year. This is gonna be close just because it is in MetLife Stadium, even though there's no fans. I think he's gonna have a little better of a season this year. And with Saquon Barkley with New York, I think this is gonna be a very good game. And Le'Veon Bell is no longer with the Steelers, but I think Roethlisberger will get it done. I think Roethlisberger is very tough in primetime matchups, so I'll take Pittsburgh to cover the spread. I think Pittsburgh will win by 10. Tennessee and Denver. This is going to be the last game of the Monday night doubleheader. I think this one's going to be decent. I think I'm more excited about the first game because that's more of a primary matchup. But back to this one, I think Ryan Tannehill, they're the defending AFC runner-ups. They could make noise in this one, but I think Denver with Drew Lock, I think they're tough when they play at Mile High, and it's going to be a high of 89 degrees, it looks like, for that game. And I think their offense will get a lot better compared to last year's offense. So I'll take the Broncos there. Hope you guys enjoyed this pick. Sorry it's pretty quick, but I wanted to run through all of them and hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you on my next video.